Make that make sense. But anyways, you know what I mean. A brand new shit. Pause. Hold on. But yeah, so brand new. Damn.
Candid Conversations with Kemar.
Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Candid Conversations with Kemar, a brand new podcast out of the 246.
Brand new!
I'm really happy. I'm really excited for this new beginning. But if you guys want to know more about the podcast, you can follow us on Instagram at Candid Conversations with Kemar. But we're also going to be streaming on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcast from. But today, for the first episode, I have with me, sadly not in studio, unfortunately, because of COVID. I hate it here. But yeah, I have with me via remote podcasting, the one and only, one of the 4 seasons, my friend Autumn. Because she's one of my friends I really have enjoy having these kind of conversations with. Very meaningful conversations at times. Maybe not that we talk serious stuff all the time, but we can be take like be foolish. But it's just one of my favorite people to have these kind of conversations with. Initially when we thought about the podcast, it was like, yeah, have to get Autumn on here for sure, for sure, for sure. We're trying to get her to come on for, little co-host thing, but she ain't taking me on with that. But it's never too late. It's
I
never
am a
too
little
late.
bit too nervous for this, but thank you so much, Kemar. I actually cheesing. I wish y'all could have seen like a video of us recording, but I am
Well, not
cheesing.
a video of me because right now I don't know his name, my brother. But
Damn.
my birthday's in a few days, My birthday's in a
Whoop,
few
whoop,
days, so
whoop.
I think it's in
Tomorrow's gonna be a
six
week.
6 days or so.
Hmm.
But yes, I was trying to get Autumn to come on the mic, at least for to be the guest co-host and thing, but she ain't take me on. But anyway, she's my
I
first
can be
guest.
an occasional guest.
Happy to have her here. But she's not really even a guest on this evening because tonight's episode is mainly, we really dissecting the shitty year that 2020 was. It has some positives though, not gonna lie. You know, so really just gonna try to I want you guys to get to know me better. For those of you that don't know me, so they really want to discuss my year. I would have planned for this year as in 2021, and I really want to have that conversation with my friend Autumn. So I was like, you know what, let me have her. But Autumn, though, tell these people about you. Tell us some information about yourself. We just do. We want all your business.
And
Tell
that's
us.
fine. I can get the girls what the girls want to know. So as you mentioned, my name is Autumn. Yes, like this season, only spelled with one A. I am 22 years old. I graduated from university with a bachelor's in chemistry. Fun fact, I do not work using my degree. I work in project management, and I must say that I do enjoy it. And recently, I have transitioned, not really transitioned, I have added to my rapport content creator. Y'all can check me out on Instagram at
Big things,
A
big
Goldie.
things.
Sorry, not A Goldie. We revamped at A Gold, AYE.GOLD on
Wait,
Instagram.
wait, wait, pause. I didn't know about this revamp, but we'll
You don't,
discuss this later.
you
We'll
don't
discuss
even,
it
and
later.
this time we just be talking on Instagram almost every day.
But I never peeped at your username, I
But
never really
yeah,
peeped, like,
I was like, you
but
know what?
yeah,
I want to transition to a body, so I can't be out here with the IG no more. I need to keep it to A Gold.
dying.
So I cut that off. But yeah, I'll be posting vlogs, mainly a lot of video editing stuff. I am just really, really intrigued about that. And both me and Kemar, share a love for graphic design. So I want to build on that as well. But that's a little bit about myself. Go to my Instagram. Hopefully, we'll have a YouTube soon. And then you'll be able to get more information. Keep the girls on the toes.
But wait. Did you even mention, you just said chemistry, but you didn't even mention first class honors in chemistry. You said first
Oh,
class honors?
I
Like,
didn't.
let people know you're smart. You're smart. Let them
Smart,
know you're not,
smart.
you
Yes.
don't have to brag for y'all. Y'all too
Almost at the
humble to
top of
stop
my
the
class.
person, bragging
Correct.
like, hello. You worked
Yes.
3 years for that degree, slave
Gentle
boat days,
reminder.
sleepless nights, that it just not bachelor's in chemistry.
Also, if we're bragging, must I mention that I was one of the 3 persons in my year that did a project? Everybody else, but we did. And I
I
also
don't know
got
what
an A
anybody
on
saying this, but we're getting there. I don't know anything, but you tell down in that little department down in there.
that. Yeah,
But
no two before.
I know it's been tough for you. I know it's been
Definitely.
tough for you. And you also are a little business, someone like even though we're small business.
Ideas
Love that. Love that.
transformation, yes, a
Ideas
family business.
transformation. Love
A
that.
family business. Y'all can follow us on Ideas Transformation. It is a consultancy agency. We mainly work on document preparation, also a bit of project management, rapporteuring, research, all the information there on Instagram. And we have our website coming shortly. Big things, big things.
My friends were here doing things, and you got big things planned for the year. So that's what I really want to talk about, because we all both of us have things planned for last year,
Mm-hmm.
and shit just went to the fan. And before I know it's kind of late in the month is ready. Today is the 13th, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like where we're not talking about 2020, 13 days into 2021. It kind of still feels like 2020 to me,
It does.
especially here in Barbados. Like we started the year on a curfew. Like what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I came in January depressed. I came
Yep.
into my birth month depressed, sad. I was expecting such a wonderful year. A year of so much fun, being outside before I head back up to Slave Hill come next week.
Not slave
Well,
here.
virtually, but you get me, you feel me. Back up there. So it's just like I was just gonna enjoy the rest of my vacation, but that didn't work out, and we had 2020 part two.
Yep.
But what I really that's what I really want to talk about, like the year started off. It was pretty much decent. We were out at one little, not necessarily an official bubble, but every day we was hearing about cases popping up here, there, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we're in Barbados, there's nothing is happening. Then in March just happened, boom. First case, place went well, panic buying everything. Persons were all over the place, and then the whole lockdown, which to me was like one of the best things that could have happened. Like it was bittersweet. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how it was for you, but it was bittersweet. How was it for you?
Definitely a blessing in disguise, as the folks would say. I think 2020 was just that time of reflection because you literally had no choice but to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not only reflection, but small blessings because a girl was still able to work, she was still able to get her income, even though, a lot of persons were not as fortunate. But I'm grateful. That's what I would say. Reflection and gratitude are my themes for 2020. And that I will be taking into 2021.
Very so true because a lot of people were like out of jobs for that period, and it's just like that was
It
really
was rough.
sad. Other than like COVID, like anything that really impacted your success for the year, anything you wanted to achieve for the year that
Mm,
knocked off is it knocked off the path because of any other reason other than the whole COVID thing. Because I know that was a major factor
mm-hmm.
for me for other persons. So not sure if that was one of the major things that really made you kind of attain a particular goal you wanted to reach last year.
Honestly, but you know this. Since my car accident in November, I just feel like that set the tone for 2020 because I was in the pit. So in terms of goal setting, I had none. I was just like, I just want to get back my little car. That's all. But I wasn't able to do that. So I guess 2020 kind of knocked that off because then the
Mm.
mechanic wasn't able to work on it. Everybody, the whole country basically locked down. So that's one thing I would say 2020 knock off.
Yeah, I
But
remember that had you in a state of real like
listen,
depression and a whole. Yeah, I know
listen.
that's a tough thing for you. 'Cause you finally get something. You finally get your first vehicle at you
Mm-hmm.
were 22, 21,
21. Mm-hmm.
21 exactly.
I
And
was
not
only
until you're out there,
buffering
like
to the
driving around the
wind.
place and like you're doing
Exactly.
well. That's actually just happened. It just randomly happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like not until you're being irresponsible. Like
At all. I
it
was
just
going to
happened
work.
that
I'm
that
going to get my
that day
little
you went into
coins.
the accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that became the end
Exactly.
practically of the vehicle. So I know how we would have like some persons because like yeah, you finally you were driving for numerous for a period of time, and now you finally have your
Mm-hmm.
own vehicle. You got
Exactly.
depend for mommy, daddy, sister, nobody is like yeah, anywhere I want to go XYZ, pick up
Mm-hmm.
my Jeep and go where I have to go, whatever the case to be. Then all of a sudden it's like in the snap of a finger, like that's practically out of your hands now. So I
Exactly.
remember how that had you like all
But
over the
I'm
place.
better now. It's not about the car,
You're
but I'm
happy,
better
you're
now.
not better no PC because you're not really that's the thing, you're not really an outside person. Like so I don't understand.
Don't put my business out there. Just
You are not really the
I
outside
am
girl.
not.
You are
Mm-mm.
not. So it's just like all you had that vehicle for is go for little food. We want a little food,
I don't
get to
mind.
work and get back home.
Yeah.
Please, sorry, babe. She has a man, unfortunately.
Yes,
So
I do. Yes,
our
I do.
single listeners like me will have to be here, crying to ourselves as we listen to this podcast. That makes
Correct.
really sad.
But
But
all in due time.
that's all you used to do with your time, like in terms of like you
True.
was in a vehicle, like you weren't running road driving only players to come out lady,
Nope.
burning diesel that kind of
Work
way,
and home. That was it.
Exactly. And food, and like I said
Oh yeah,
before,
for sure. Food.
yeah man. Please, you're a foodie, you like your belly.
I do. If I
It's
do
like,
leave
you like
home,
your
for
belly.
sure food has to be involved. Or I'm coming. That's it.
Like, I know how it's be like I know you. I definitely know you. But
But yeah, besides
I don't
that, I don't think
mhm.
there was any other goals that were knocked off the tracks for me. What about you?
I was there thinking to myself about this question because I don't want to say they had any much goals for 2020 because I mean, it sounds bad, but it's kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Um, there weren't major things that I wanted to achieve to say that COVID just came. Oh, probably the gym. Yes, the gym, boy.
Oh
I'll try that
yeah.
again this year.
Cause you was
It's already
no
the
getting into
gym.
your groove.
Exactly, like, exactly.
Mom was
I
getting
was
abs.
about to have my summer body on last year to be outside. I started the gym in September 2019. Okay, Christmas time come. I actually put in work like Christmas time and stuff
Hmm.
like. So when Christmas time came, Christmas 2019, I wasn't like I didn't wasn't like, I didn't put on like a bunch of weight and say okay it was so hard to work on in January.
Yeah.
When January came, it was the birth month. I was outside then, eating, drinking, doing everything I
Yeah,
should
you
have been doing.
started the year with a
So I
bang.
was like, that was my little break. That's when it went
Hmm.
hard Christmas time. And I was like, that's my little break. So I went hard January. February was like I was still kind of going hard. And then March came, was like, okay, back in it, but still, and then it was like lockdown. I was just like, what the hell? And
You
I
go
can laugh.
nowhere.
I definitely that definitely made me lose motivation because I was picking back up the steam, the momentum in the gym, and it's just
Hmm.
like gym closed. And the gym actually is only now reopening. They actually only reopened this month, January 2020. So the gym was closed for the entire of
You can.
2020
Oh
when since
really?
lockdown. Yes. So I was doing workouts at home, had to try to push myself to do that.
Yeah.
And
Let me talk about how hard home workouts are. Literally, I tried. Couldn't get
mhm.
past 2 weeks. Couldn't get past it.
I tried. And then I had friends that, you do them with like a friend group and every
Hmm.
case would be. I did walking and running sometimes on mornings. But I'm a
Hmm.
skinny person, so it was just really to get my abs and stuff in place and
Yeah.
my belly fat
Little
because a nigga.
crunches.
Exactly. So, and to build my arm strength and stuff. And nigga, I need to be able to lift people. But
Who you trying to lift? You need to lift a table.
that was not to be
Your
said.
coach.
That was not that was too much information. That was not to be said. But but I really was just like that was it for
Completely
that was it for
understand.
me. That was the only thing that I wanted to achieve was a summer body. You know how long
Hmm.
like since I met you, I've been
Since
working
what?
on a
Since
summer
we
body.
meet,
In
2017.
2017. I mean, it's not like a very longer than that though. It's honestly feel like a long time, but it's been
Hmm.
literally 3 years going for.
Yep.
But that's sure that you don't got a lot of people for a long time to really click with them. Like, all that was when he first came to oh this girl, the girl want to come and steal my job. All it wasn't my job, but it was just like
Not the way I had no job, so I don't understand you.
I was like this girl don't
A
come
little
in here
tip.
in a little, to me and my I no not even only my job, my friend.
Oh
My
yeah,
only work friend.
yeah. Me and Regina were much closer too. Shout out to our friend Regina,
Exactly,
the other
she
part of
was
our
like
trio.
I was just like, this girl come out here and now, out of nowhere,
Like
I come and find you up in here and thing. I get along so well with
yeah,
the
we're before you and everything too. So you come and meet
exactly
me.
making all these nice impressions, making me look bad in front of management. I mean, you already clicked and stuff. We went quiz nights and stuff during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, went more than Regina. Regina used to do fatting. I think I would do other things outside of that.
Correct. Once in
I know, I got fat. Don't hit you up. We get that ready.
the
If it
period.
got fat, don't message Autumn. Don't ask her where she going because she
Mm-mm.
ain't getting away.
I'm not with,
If
I
it's
was not
anything with
there.
food involved, she might
Yeah.
consider a fat anything. So sis ain't going anywhere.
Yep.
So it was just really that was my really thing about 2020 the gym. But don't worry, I'll come back stronger this year. My fingers crossed. Probably
Let's
might
talk
start back.
about that. How you feel about going to the gym in Corona?
Well, the gym that I go to already is technically kind of as a small gym.
Mhm.
And the thing is that persons aren't like I know when the peak time is for persons to be in there,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and so I could kind of work around that. Like possibly going on mornings. In mornings, that for much persons aren't there during the morning. Well, evenings is when it's pretty much crowded. But during the morning, like when I find person in there, when it's to get my ass up my bed at 5:30, like when I think back with it, like I really worked hard for that body to not get it in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just gave up. I just lost momentum. But
But what about like
um,
sanitization or stuff like that? That you're
oh,
not
that gym was
concerned?
always clean. They were always
Okay.
clean. Always just sanitized. They always had like spray bottles all over the gym. Always
Mm-hmm.
wipe the equipment before and after. Well, I used to wipe the equipment before, but some person just will just go. Because you're supposed to wipe it after you use it. So the next
Mm-hmm.
person goes, it's clean.
Yeah.
But before you even use something, I will always spray and then wipe it. And then even when I'm leaving, I would spray and wait out when I'm finished using the equipment.
Got
So it's
you.
always the clean gym. There's tissue, hand towels all around the gym. Sanitizing bottles to spray, disinfectant, alcohol, whatever chemicals they have.
Okay, that's
Whatever
good.
concoction they mixed up. But so they were always clean on that. So when COVID happened, like some of the gyms had to scramble and get those things. It was like not my
Yeah.
gym. They're not the ghetto. They might be
So social
small.
you gym, but no, never mind. Don't do that because
They're not
then
the
it
ghetto.
goes
I
with
can't shout them out.
yeah.
I can't shout out the people gym and the potty. I can't. I can't do that on the pod. Then everybody about there too. No, 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 no.
Exactly. I take it back.
Yes, I see. I have to, let that go. So shout out to my gym that will remain unnamed. You know,
Exactly.
but moving along swiftly,
Mm-hmm.
moving along swiftly. But yes, that's my main thing. The gym. I feel like I spent like 15 minutes talking about that just now.
That's
But
good
yeah,
content.
um, what I really want to know too is like, what did you learn about yourself last year? Like last year, what like, we realized that like something you found about yourself.
Definitely, this is a self drive. I hold on to things, and this is separate from COVID on the whole.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I learned that I hold on to grudges. I hold on to situations, things that people do, things that people say. I could hold a grudge. And the funny thing about it is, I realized I wasn't only doing it, like we say, in my intimate relationships with like my family or my partner, but even like with my friends, I will hold on to things that people tell me like 2 months ago, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna tell this person nothing else. And I
Mm-hmm.
realized it was kind of hindering my interaction with them. Sometimes I wouldn't want to talk to them as much. I wouldn't be checking in, just becoming really distant. And majority of the time, I just even forget what I hold a grudge about. So truly just being patient with people and learning how to let shit go is what I 100% learned in 2020. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully there yet. Still working on it in 2021, but I gonna get there.
I kind of get you. I mean, I'm not a grudge. I don't hold grudges. 'Cause I don't think I care that much. But what I've learned about myself is that the last year actually, apparently I'm uncaring. I was actually thrown out a lot
Ah.
last year. Yes, that was interesting learning about myself. And I did this little self reflection,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Love
realized in
that.
certain situations that I am actually a don't care individual. Um,
Explain.
and I would have said I think people say don't care, but I think for me personally, it's just like I just don't see the need to really not necessarily hold on to stuff, but not let stuff bother me. Like
Mm-hmm.
it happened, like what am I gonna do about it? It gone already. It's
Mm-hmm.
like move on, forget about it. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. Like I don't have time to really think about that or make that sometimes that I live on. So I live on the thought or the idea of I really think that was something that I learned about myself last year because I mean kind of feel like I knew it. Then I look back, like I said, I did self reflection and I look back and talked about myself about it. It was like in certain situations like I'm not the most caring person. I don't care-ish. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and sometimes I'm quite dismissive in
Okay,
terms
I
of
think dismissive may be more hitting. Not that I have experienced it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. You when you say you don't care, meaning towards other persons, or when situations happen to you.
certain situations. Yeah, definitely a lot of people. I feel I'm a very caring
Okay.
person when it comes to
Yeah,
people.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say certain situations, like
Hmm.
certain situations, I definitely, I don't let it bother me.
But is that a
It
bad thing
happens.
though?
That's
Do
the
you think that's
thing.
something that you gotta work on?
I think I need to balance it because some things I don't put the other person that's being on the other end, they say their feelings into consideration.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So let them. So it's bothering them, and I'm just like, okay,
Go
like
for it. You'll be good.
exactly when it should be that be sympathizing and be
Hmm.
empathetic and really study the situation and really try to get to
I
the
feel
bottom
you.
of whatever it may be. Otherwise, on that, so I think it's just a balance. You just need to balance it.
I get
It's
that.
just really to balance it. But we talked about gym. I actually forgot to mention this. Like, well, I know I did the gym. That was for my physical health. My mental health, I probably just went outdoors a bit more compared to usual. But like, what did you
Hmm.
do for your physical and mental health last year, like to improve it? I know your ass don't work out, but
I tell you, I
like,
try. The girls just can't keep up. But
but definitely the mental health.
well, let me talk about physical health first. I decided to go on a more plant-based diet, which
I
is one
hate
of
it, but
the
yes, I hate
I
it.
w-
But yeah.
it wasn't hard. It was it was challenging, not impossible to do. I think I took it out for pretty long. Don't get me wrong, I eat fish every time I go out, which was not often, but just so I
I
would got
remember
something
every
to
time you're
eat.
going somewhere, it's like, oh, Autumn coming, we can have this in meat. Autumn
Yeah,
coming, so just like, Autumn needs to
yeah.
stay home.
But what helped me a lot is that my partner, I can talk to my partner a lot, but I can't. My partner was doing it with me. So, and then my mommy, she also eats plant based. So I will just be there, mommy, I know what to cook, blah, blah, blah. But no, let me tell the girls, my mommy is back in Barbados. So she'll be
Mm-hmm.
cooking for me, which makes it a whole lot easier. But yeah, I will work out every now and again. But I feel the biggest thing, which I will say has improved my health 100%, or not 100%, I guess, probably like 80% is my diet. I've been eating a lot cleaner, not since Christmas, but that has
Mm-hmm.
been quite impactful.
I know you've been making me feel very guilty about certain things that I've been eating
Don't
within the
get me
last
wrong.
year.
I do some barbecue chicken out there yesterday. It tastes so good, but literally after eating,
Welcome back to life. Welcome back. Like
no,
I can't
I
do a plant
feel
based
dead
diet for a long time.
animals.
I will
I
probably
feel
last a
dead.
week. Probably would last a week though. Probably would. I can't see myself going more than a week.
And
It's
that's
not for
fine
me. But what I
because
did do, oh my gosh, I forgot. Sorry,
tell
not
me.
interrupting you.
Go ahead.
Um, what I did do though, I didn't eat KFC. Like when I
That's
started the
what I was
gym,
about to say. Mhm.
I didn't eat fast food. I wasn't eating fast food from no restaurant. Like if
Mhm.
it's in the oil, anything, so I'm not eating it. After
Exactly.
during lockdown, I started to bake my own fries and I would like season them and stuff at home and bake them and
Mhm.
grill my chicken, grill my fish. So it was like I was whipping up in the kitchen. Like what I want to thank 2020 for in lockdown is teaching nigga how to cook. Like I spent
Oh, the
time
girls been knowing how to cook.
to grill. I spent time actually cooking because the nigga had no choice. Like places were
Exactly.
closed, but I can't order food. I can't go and get food. It's like okay, they're hungry. Be creative. The World Wide Web is there. Type me on Google.com, looking for recipes. Trying to get things done. I not my shit that tastes good. You have my corn pie Christmas time, and I actually did my corn.
Yeah, it
Started
was
doing corn pie
very
when I was like 16.
good.
Although your man was saying my corn pie wasn't as good as his grandmother one, but
Not his grandma,
such
his
is like
auntie, but yeah.
his, his relative, whoever it was. But you feel, but such is like when a corn pie betrayal.
But
All the things I had to say
grandma.
about my corn pie people, but my corn pie was good. It was the
It
life of
was.
the party. It was the life of the
Alright, that's
party
the
in my
life.
mind. In
Oh,
my mind, let me. In my mind, it was the life of the party. But I guess that time of the corn pie was the highlight of her night too. Before I even
that's the
asked her if
life.
she, before I actually
Shilling.
yes,
Shilling. That
Kiana
probably
said
was the
that.
highlight as well.
I didn't even ask. I didn't even tell her who made the corn pie. I actually saw the message when the message was sent around with who's doing what.
But
I
she
actually
know you.
saw what
Who is?
Kiana.
Yeah, yeah. That girl, she knows you that matter. She don't want make you feel good.
As I was saying, my current play was highlight of the Christmas season 2020. But like in terms of your relationships in the year though, and did any like evolve? In terms of work relationships, family, friends, like did
Oh,
any evolve in terms
definitely.
of like, for the greater, or did any went downhill for the worse?
So let me start with the ones that went up. Um, You mentioned work relationships. Shout out to my supervisor and my little clique at work that always making sure that I good. Bring me a little banana bread. Bring me a little muffin. I got gifts this year too. Like my supervisor and my clique at work have been making sure that I am set, and I appreciate that. But I mean, I've always felt that love, that internal closeness from my job. So I want to thank them for that publicly if they're listening. And then also looking out for me to make sure my contracts get extended too. So I like that. And
The
and like I said, with my family and my friends, I just realized I need to be better in terms of holding grudges because I realized that limited my relationships. So when I came to that conclusion, I definitely would say my relationship have evolved. Love that for me.
That is good though, but if like you see me talk about work friends, people always say, "Oh, it's gonna work for work. Don't make friends at work." But I met you
Mhm.
at work. I met you there. I
Exactly.
met Regina at work. And like Regina, 5 years later, we're still here. About
Yep.
to be 6. You, 3 years going into 4, we're still here. So like
Hmm.
you actually do make some amazing people at work.
You
Once
can.
like they're really, really. It's got something you just don't want to see after the call. It's just like
Listen.
get out my face.
And
I'm
that's fine.
going.
And that's
And
all.
like, that's fine.
But another
That's cool.
blessing of 2020. Not
Get
government
to work free
work
call for
from
your
home.
home.
Love that. We should definitely implement work from home, even
You
past
know, people,
COVID.
so if they don't see you, that means if they can't see you, you ain't working. If they cannot see you, you're at home twiddling your thumbs and not doing the company work. I need to see you in the office, slaving away to know that you're working for your little dollars, so I can
I
make sure
don't
that
agree. Once I
it's
send you the
paid.
things that you need by the deadline, that's
That
all you
is
gotta
my
do.
thing.
But I was talking about that today in terms of of productivity at your workplace. Like sitting down at your desk for 8 hours straight, you may get a little lunch and whatever. You are not going to be as productive as if you do 1 straight hour, 2 straight hours, and then you get a break. That break is
Exactly.
necessary.
Especially if your job is one that gets quite tedious. You're not
Exactly.
gonna want to be there doing it all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
after you got bills to pay, you got most to feed. You have things to do, so you're gonna stay. And it all ties in back into doing things, having a job that you really enjoy doing.
Correct.
Once you enjoy something, you're gonna get it done. I find that here in Barbados, especially, we aren't allowed to have opportunities, and not that we aren't allowed, there aren't much opportunities in terms of things that we want to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, you talked about chemistry. I know when you're doing your chemistry degree, you had your mind to work in something
Very.
pharmaceuticals,
Yeah.
anything that's science area. Here, you're kind of still everything within the whole science thing,
Mm-hmm.
but not not in the in
Not in
terms of
the
the lab
pharmaceutical stuff.
as
Mhm.
that pharmaceuticals or laboratory work and stuff like that. You just
Yeah.
a project coordinator, correct? Or you said manager.
I'm a project officer. Don't give me no ranks that I got.
Project officer, sorry, but you handle projects of importance
Exactly.
for a pretty big organization in terms of brand, if you get
Yeah.
me. Not
Mhm.
necessarily if you're a pretty small small firm, but
Yeah.
the fact that the office in Barbados is pretty small. Y'all have offices elsewhere, or just the one in Barbados?
Well, how it is, the agency is a branch of CARICOM,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't really know
Y'all
much.
have like little minor like units and stuff in other like
Yeah,
important
in
countries,
other
but not
countries,
like a
yeah.
full blown office that y'all have here, like a full blown really director and stuff. I guess is
Mm-mm.
based in Barbados.
No.
Okay. So you see, so you still have a job that
So it's
centers
coordinating
around that.
multiple countries. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. If you get a job from pharmaceuticals, they sure you will actually, you go to work every day happy. It's a new
And
day. You're done. Let me go and get this.
I'm gonna tell you
This
so.
something in. But you don't find that you'll be a bit more productive than now.
No,
Well, I don't want. I
that's the thing
don't snitch on
because
yourself. If you know it's gonna work and sleep, don't talk on this podcast and say it's gonna work.
no, no, that's I was about to say I actually do enjoy my job. It's one of the hardest jobs I have done so far. But working with the agency is very project oriented, and majority of times you are not going to be working on one project. There are a lot of
Oh,
things
just
that
about
you
to
have
say
to
that. I remember
coordinate.
you told me that you work on various things. That's the good thing about
There
it.
is every
Is
day
that
is
you,
something new.
yeah, that's the good thing about your job is that
Not something
you.
new, but multiple things to do in that one day. So I
I
do enjoy
get you.
my job because then also we are not micromanaged. If we got a
hmm
deadline, we are going to submit it and then we're going to move on to something else.
I get you.
So I
Like I
definitely
was kind of like a loans
working
officer.
in the bank. Yeah, exactly. Versus working in the bank, like you're doing the same thing over and over.
Exactly. Every day all I do is just processing loans and mortgages and
Exactly.
approving credit cards and like I can't. That's
You're
just
going too far if you're a little teller, you ain't doing nothing else. But
exactly
cashing, not
like
when you're in.
like yeah, exactly. Like at least the loans officers are able to handle their workload and stuff themselves, like
Mm-hmm.
pile it up or to do it
Exactly.
or take it down is up to them. But so I can tell either who just there counting dealing money every single day of your life and it's just like okay.
Every day.
Yeah, like at least like, but not telling Virginia business on the podcast. But at least within her field, it's still numbers, but kind of different. Moving on to something more positive though,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of 2020, like what was your favorite moment of the year? Like something that really stood
Oh,
up to
deep.
you.
Oh my gosh. My favorite moment. Oh,
I don't have
this
any that I can think of off the top of my
this
head,
is
but
I just have one. It's literally I say literally a lot in this episode. But it is an example of manifestation at its best. You know, everybody was talking about manifestation in 2020. The girls still talking
Mm-hmm.
about it in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when I was going to my workplace to get my last, what would have been my last payment, because I didn't get my contract renewed. The project was pretty much ended, and I was like, all right, I don't know what I can do. And I ran into my now supervisor, and he was like, "Oh, you get the contract for you to start this new project?" And I was like, "No, I ain't hear nothing back." But I remember driving away from there, and I was like, "You know what, Lord Jesus, I can talk to you real quick. This is what I want. I want a job that gonna pay me XYZ when the month come. I want
Mm-hmm.
it to be for X amount of time." Literally, when I got the contract that week, Kemar, I was looking at the money and I was like, "Oh, it is not bad," until I realized that it was in US dollars. And I was like, I quickly called mommy because she used to work with the organization too. And I was like, "Mommy, there's a mistake. Then put US. That's
A
supposed
typo.
to be US."
Secretary made a mistake, not be here.
Exactly. I was
And
like,
looking
"Girl,
at
no." I said, "No, them is paying US dollars." And I said, "No." The Lord just gave me literally what I wanted and more. I ain't got the time that I wanted yet, but the contract has been extended. Praying to God above that it gets extended even further. But definitely that was just a draw dropping moment in 2020.
definitely happy for that for you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know like how you felt because you know the contract thing is tough. You
It
know the
is
contract is tough, especially with like a 3 month contract, 2 month contract. It's
that
like I really have to think next 2 months am I gonna still have a job? Am I
exactly.
gonna still be here? Am I gonna still be able to do what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Make some money, provide for myself. You can't really plan too far ahead. It's because like I'm not sure if 6 months later I'm gonna still have this job.
That's
So you can't
precisely.
really say, okay, let me go and get a new vehicle. Let me go,
Mm-hmm.
get
Let me go back to
buy
school.
something. Exactly, pursue further studies. Like you can't do anything that's gonna be too expensive in the long run if you're not sure
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna have the income to sustain those things
Activities.
you plan on doing. Yeah, so just like you really have to like really set up. Okay, let me make sure I have money here, so in case I don't finish my contract ends these 2 months, I have money
Mm-hmm.
to like save, to get through the next month or so until I find a new job or whatever. Like,
And the
but
process
speaking about
just
finding
trying
new
to look
jobs,
for
though,
and sending out
speaking about
applications.
finding
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and getting these things, if you gotta go mail stuff or print stuff or you get like different things, you gotta spend
Organizing
money.
for interviews, all these things.
Exactly, especially you gotta catch the bus. You don't catch the bus. If you gotta catch the bus and stuff, you gotta make sure you got the bus
Mm-hmm.
fare budgeted for,
Yeah.
things like that. It's
First of
just
all, you got me here talking about jobs or whatever, but you didn't tell the people that you do have a job. And no, come
oh
back to
yes,
me.
oh yes. Let me plug my little small business here. Fun E-tainment, but just a little back now. Well, it's a partnership between my partner. When it's a partner, I mean business partner. The lady
Mhm.
I am not in a relationship. So yeah, if you happen to see us out together, don't see us Kemar out with
That's
a
not
woman.
his woman. Thank
Exactly. Let them know of him. Thank you. It's my business partner. I decided to join our heads together. We're both into that kind of stuff. So even if you guys are looking for any games, any activities, anything fun practically for
you.
your
Mm-hmm.
next event, whether it may be a baby shower, just a little games night with friends, a party, anything, just link me on
We do
Instagram.
corporate parties as well too. Plug that.
Yes, let me know. Fun.e-tainment on Instagram. Also trivia's on a monthly basis. We have some exciting things planned for the new year for 2021, but obviously started the year in a curfew and with restrictions. So certain things, we can't necessarily do at this point in time that we have planned. So we're hoping that we get past this speed bump,
We
speed
will.
hump, and be able to inform you guys of our new and brand new stuff we have in store for you guys. But yes, I was plugging shameless plug there for entertainment. Thanks for
Mhm.
reminding me, Otto. But I also want to know regarding 2020. Wait, what you did for fun? Like, what did you do for fun for the year? Like, what was to get through the rough year? Like, what you did for fun? Generally,
Definitely hang out with you, Regina, my partner, my family.
I wish you could see my face. I'm blushing.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't really get out that much, and that is something that I want to, do a little bit more of. Um, and what was on my list was to become more of a tourist in Barbados. And we did a few drive boats. We went to different places and
Don't even bring those up. Do not bring that. Do not bring that.
stuff.
Do not bring that up. But yeah, moving on from that. Describe your 2020 in 3 words. Just 3 words. I just want to know how 2020 was for you. before we move on to 2021, just wanted to give you a nice, wrap up 2020 for me. Wrap it up. Let me know what you thought about it
Okay,
in three
so
words. One, two,
gratitude,
three.
grateful, let me say,
Mm-hmm.
reflection, and food.
Grateful, reflective, and food.
Yeah. No, grateful, reflection, and food.
Oh, grateful, reflection, and food. Okay, okay.
hmm
Grateful,
I
reflection,
feel like
and
I eat a lot this year, and I am grateful for every meal. But as I reflect on them,
food.
see what I did there, friend.
Yeah, I see you. I see you, sis. I see you. Well, for me, in three words, let me see. It was eventful. It definitely was eventful. It was a roller coaster of a year. It had its ups
hmm
and downs, and it was generally a let me see. It was eventful. It was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster of a year for me. I can't think of a third word to describe it right now. I don't want to say shitty because it was kind of pretty much shitty, but it was still,
hmm
it had a good side about it. Like
He
for me
was able
personally,
to launch a whole business in a pandemic, friend. That was great.
yeah, it was. I'm gonna leave my roller coaster and my eventful though. I'm
hmm
gonna stay with those two. I don't have three right now. Just live with it. But moving on to 2021, I want to know about this year now. It's the 13th day of the year.
hmm
Just 8 more days until my birthday, January 21st.
Which is a holiday, always grateful for
Yes,
that.
I always think about that. If I'm always in Barbados, I have a job, but I have to work on my birthday. And if I happen to have a job that requires me to come to work on that day, I'm sorry for them. So all my future
You have to
employers will
figure
know that
out.
I will be unavailable.
That's
But
a
if I'm
thought.
taking I'm taking vacation during that time.
Yep.
Taking during vacation, I'll be on vacation. So don't look for me. What new skills do you want to learn this year? I know
Oh,
definitely the graphic designing thing. You know how we feel about
yeah,
that. I definitely
yeah.
want to take some courses on that this year. I am
hmm
passionate about it, but I know that I need some work. I'm currently doing some self teaching, but I need a
hmm
teacher also. So I know when I find one, that you find one, you will let me know what's happening.
Yeah, so definitely all things content creation. So
Mm-hmm.
from graphic design, video editing, I want to take more pictures, being in front of and behind the camera as well.
Oh, you
Get it
probably
for
the
the
camera.
styling. No, please. My phone is
This
my
this
camera.
this may be. Oh yes. I forget you have an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Pro
I,
and a Max, friends.
I
That's
forget. I
called
forget.
investment.
I, I forgot.
So yeah,
But
trying to shoot as much content, getting into low fashion as well, spending a pretty penny on some clothes.
hmm.
But yeah, those are the things for me. Oh, and then in terms of education too, I am currently doing a course on project management that I hope to have completed by the end of March. So I have a little certificate to say that I am qualified.
Interesting. Oh yes, remember I saw you. Your man was helping you study. This happened
Yeah.
to come up in every conversation. Cannot talk anything without mentioning the unnamed. He shall remain unnamed. Don't mention his name on this podcast.
I
You
will
cannot,
not.
you cannot have that power and this in
Yeah,
this moment. But he
exactly.
knows he knows that he's appreciated for making my friend happy.
But what about you, friend?
Mm, like I said before, definitely graphic designing.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of education, definitely just want to pass this semester, this upcoming semester. During the pandemic, studying is kind of difficult. Not a fan of online learning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of been kicking my ass to be honest. Um,
Praying for you.
I'm a face to face person. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be under the lecturer, but I want to be in the room with a lecturer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I just need the 'cause especially some lecturers who are taking this online thing as I thought
Yeah,
that
please.
my thought about my outlook about online learning would have been okay. People always complain, oh, we don't have paper to print stuff, we don't have this to do, we don't have facilities to, we don't have computers, laptops, these technology. No way, the pandemic, which is making you force to use technology, just still not utilizing it properly. If I'm teaching online, it comes with all sorts of material for my students to look at and to
Because you
understand
got
and
access to it, it's
because I have
easier
access to it, I don't have to
to.
print anything to anybody. I could just simply email a link or even show it in class. I understand your university, you can't have everything done for you. You're supposed to do some work on your own too, which I do. But I just
You
really come with the
you
same
know
plain
way
white
imparting
background
a
slide
word.
and you reading the slide to me. You reading the slide to me.
Correct.
I can read. I can read. I'm quite capable of
And
reading.
even
Although
more, like, I
you
could read
know,
not in this class. I could read when in class finish, when in my bed. Any reason to attend this class?
exactly. People are just coming talking, reading slides to me back to myself. Like, hello. I never had any issues with reading growing up. Don't think it just happened in 2020. So I'm just like
Exactly.
very upset about that. But that is mainly that. Like I don't think I have any other but definitely graphic designing and that whole content creating thing because I'm obviously looking to, do a lot of stuff for the podcast myself,
I
not
was
having to
about to say, what the
outsource.
plans for the podcast?
Yeah, having to outsource and stuff, currently have taken for granted productions, last name is Grant, so I'm just like,
It
taking
fits
it for granted
perfectly.
a little play on my last name. But yeah, so the production company is small and we currently have one client, well two actually, two clients. But
Ooh.
I'm just trying to grow that in terms of trying to better my skill set in that area to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I'm able to produce and to put up content that is pleasable,
Mm-hmm.
that
That's
that
quality.
is pretty much yeah, of good quality. Thank you, of good quality. But that's mainly that what I want to do for this in terms of skills for this year. We discuss education opportunities. Is there anything career ways you want to do though, like for this year? Like you want to do you see yourself are looking to take a step up in terms of a different role? Or I don't want to talk about leaving your job for another job at this point in time because just in case your
Yeah,
boss
definitely
listening,
not. Like I tell you,
you're in a place that you have a secure job at the current moment.
that I enjoy.
Yeah. So that you just see yourself growing in the organization, taking a step up. But first of all, it all depends if there's availability in terms of
That's what I was about to say. I'm even over to stop and go.
exactly, exactly because
But I would definitely say try to take on a little bit. No, I don't want to say take on more responsibility because I don't want people giving no work. Um, just try to learn as much as possible and not having to feel that I must stay on this one project. You know?
you want to be as versed as possible in different areas of
Exactly.
the organization.
Exactly. Because, like, for example, there's one of my work friends. She works in GIS, which is what is it again now? Geographical Information Studies Specialist, whatever it is. Anyway, it's something to do
I
with
guess when
math
it's a
and stuff.
government information service, I went
No,
to go ahead and
not that
embarrass
one.
myself on the podcast.
I don't even remember. She will be so disappointed.
We
But
have
yeah,
JS in Barbados, so it's just say JS, like Government Information Services. Okay.
literally when I met her, I was like, we're, I almost called Shania. I was like, friend, this is what you do. She was like, no, love. Basically, she creates maps and she does schematics and stuff like that. I am so interested in it. So I just want to be
Oh, I
able to
forget
like
to. I did a course like that at UE
in maps.
last year. Not in maps. It was they're trying to claim climate change with a guy from the
CMAH.
yes, that is it.
Okay, yeah, we actually work with them. So it's like projects like that. So I'm not just stuck on this one thing. Being
Mm.
able to diversify my knowledge, I would say, sorry, my skill set. I want to be, top in it.
I get you. I get you. So at least if you happen to be available a DS boy to autonomy if you want your help with
Correct.
because you're able to provide that assistance and even help yourself further with completing your tasks. You don't have to ask someone else to, look at this
Correct.
for you or you have their input because you're able to do that for yourself because you make sure you're well versed in all areas.
As much
Um
as possible.
as much
Exactly.
as possible. Exactly, yeah. Because there's some jobs some things are good in a particular area, and it's just like you need assistance in another one, especially jobs that do with like numbers and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and things like that. But I definitely feel you. Just want to be more versed and stuff. You seem to have a general idea of what you want to do for this year. I definitely want to read. I want to read a bit more. I haven't read in a very long time of
I
the
know
year.
that
So
I should start reading more, but friend, reading is not it for me. It does not hit home. My mind just does not allow me to focus. I don't think I got ADHD or anything like that. But I cannot focus for so long. I cannot. But I do want to start listening to books because like you mentioned in the beginning, I love podcasts too. So I could sit down and listen to a book while I do other things.
mm.
Because to sit down and focus, I can't do it.
But yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from in terms of that for sure. Your comfort zone. What are you gonna do to really step out of it? Is there anything you want to try? Like some people just want to try skydiving, because they love
Oh,
heights. So,
mm-hmm.
I mean, with the pandemic, you aren't traveling. As far as I know, we don't have any skydiving spots here in Barbados. Like anything you want to try, like anything you're uncomfortable with, you're willing to try this year.
Like how this is a perfect example. You know how Rotaract we got like these little mixers. I don't know if they still do it because of the pandemic, but I
Mm,
want to be able to go to mixers and interact with people and hold conversations and build business relationships, and that is definitely stepping out of my comfort zone because let me tell you, friend, I do not do small talk. And all of those conversations start on small talk. So that's
Mm,
definitely something we like to do. And it doesn't have to be in person. I don't mind doing it on the little Zoom calls that everybody doing now.
mm.
Just being able to speak to somebody to hold a good conversation, as well as strengthen my presentation skills. I want to be able to get up on a nice little stand and speak to people and interact with them and grasp their attention. That's
Yeah,
something that.
because I know that with your job, it also entails before the pandemic, traveling
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that to different
Correct.
conferences and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
if one day you intend to step up to the plate, you need to have to really fine
Exactly.
tune your public speaking, skills and trying to get out the nerves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nervousness happen to all of us. Like right now, I know you. We've known each other for a long time, but sorry, before you recording, it was just like, oh my gosh, nerves were kicking the both of us. It's like,
Yep.
and getting into conversation though is just like I could talk forever, but
Yep.
obviously we don't have
Same.
forever. Stepping on my comfort zone definitely is with this podcast, launching this podcast, because as you know, I'm quite an opinionated person. I enjoy having these conversations. I could talk for hours and talk for hours.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting talkative about report for 10 I was in primary school. Probably didn't stop until probably second or third farm. But I'm not just talking. Say it was a meaningful conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But those teachers were haters. They
What's
were
this
they
one?
they're jealous of me. They just weren't smart. But anyways, but so it's just like doing this, having persons that I don't know listening to my podcast. But yeah, that's basically it for terms of my comfort zone. It's like
Yep.
person that I don't know listening to me right now, and it's just like,
And thank you for listening. Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you for that
that's
note.
holding it right then. Like, thank you for tuning in. That was about it in terms of 2021 for me though. Still the 13th day. Well, when you guys are listening to this, obviously wouldn't be the 13th, but today as we're recording right now, it's the 13th. But yeah, it definitely was an interesting conversation. I'm glad you were able to join me for this lovely, lovely talk. I really had a really good time talking to you. I felt we
As
could talk forever. I hear you.
I say, as always.
Never, never disappoint, I must say. I do enjoy chit chatting with you. But like I said before, just reminding you guys to check out Ideas Transformation
Oh yes. And
on
A
Instagram.
gold.
Pardon?
And A gold. Not A goldy. A gold.
You need to spell out for people them again because I can't remember that.
AYE.GOLD on Instagram.
Yes, that's her Instagram page. Her page is unlocked, by the way. We had a
It
conversation
is
about that recently.
open for the girls.
Because it's a brand now, apparently, with her open page. Check her on Instagram for some content she's gonna have coming up in the new year for sure, for sure. She won't disappoint. I know that she has a very technical behind the scenes husband.
Oh
So
yeah. Uh-huh.
you start out with her content, help her with that content creation. Check out her Instagram page. Definitely check out Fun E-tainment for your entertainment needs. Anything fun. We put the fun in fun. Okay. So that
No,
is
that should be our
fine.
slogan though. If you need anything done, we bring the fun. Hey, we'll bring the fun. That's nice, Kemar. You should write that down.
And then you can be in the court for stealing that and have the evidence here. Have the evidence here. But anyways, check us out on Instagram. You can definitely follow my podcast, Candid Conversations with Kemar, on Instagram also. Just drop the page, follow the page. We're on YouTube also. Subscribe, check us out. Support Beijing, support young entrepreneurs especially. You always complain that we don't have nothing for the young people. Young people know nothing. All they do is drink, smoke, have sex. But some of us are actually doing those things and still doing other things also. So check us out. Not me. I'm just saying some of us, not me. I'm a good Christian. I'm a good Christian boy.
Kimar has been very professional from the jump. From the time he came to us, which is me and Regina, with the idea, we was like, all right, Kimar, so what you want to go with it? What's the direction for the podcast? And he sat down, he came back to us with some pointers, some potential podcast ideas, episode ideas. He invited me, he sent me a nice little email and a brief. Perfectional.
Let them know.
Shout out to my friend, okay?
Let them know.
It may sound like we was all over the place, but we had structure tonight.
Yeah, I had my little guide, my little guide to follow. But
Yes, and it was
I get
brief,
into the
well
conversation
brief.
with my friend, and
Mhm,
things that are a bit left. It's gonna put it back together. It's gonna make sense in the end.
mhm,
It's gonna make sense. And you sure listen to the podcast, and many of you are gonna feel the same way
mhm.
about many things we touched on. You're gonna relate to it. But I definitely just want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast, listening to the episode. make sure to check us out. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to give us a rating on Apple Podcasts. Make sure big up the
Yes.
podcast. On the episode, if you like the episode, make sure to drop a little comment. Let me know your thoughts. So you can if you think I should touch on a particular topic, send me a DM. Even if you want to. The thing is, this podcast isn't just for guests that are popular, that are have a huge following. If you think you want to have a particular topic you think you want to talk about and have a conversation with me about, you can definitely just slide in my DM. Let me know what we want to talk about. I can, we can make something happen. It may not just be you and I alone, but I might even include if Autumn wants more,
Yeah.
and we can even make a good little roundtable discussion out of the episode. So definitely, if you want to be on any podcast, if you have a topic you want to discuss, you can just let me know. It's not a podcast I just cornered off the persons that are of a particular demographic. It's open to anyone that is willing to come and have a candid, straightforward conversation. It's not a
Oh,
platform that come and hide and your thoughts and opinions about certain things. So if you happen to be discussing politics one day, I expect you to be truthful and honest with me about the way you feel about things, and not give me
the answer that you want.
exact. Not that I want. As like people that are listening, may want are
Oh,
the
true.
people in government. But that's not a conversation for another day. I love my country. My country is my country, Barbados. But it really was an interesting conversation. I actually don't want the podcast to end, but it has to end. All good things must
So,
come to
friend.
an end. They must come to an end. And I just really want to thank Autumn for agreeing to come on. I really, really do. Like, it really.
Yes, it was a pleasure. I'm so excited. The project manager in me is kicking in. I have so much ideas that I just want to shoot out to you for the podcast. But I am wishing you nothing but success, friend. It's about to be a good year.
Put it out there, manifesting. She's manifesting. And I
Sure
take it all
is.
in. I'm taking it all in. I'm taking it all in. But yeah. So, we hit you guys up. See you next episode.
Bye. This episode was produced by Taken for Granted Productions.